Everyone wants success. Everyone wants to achieve something great. To live a life that others admire. To make their dreams come true. From a young age, we're told to dream big, to aim for the stars, to chase our goals with everything we have. But as we grow older, reality begins to set in. We realize that dreaming is easy, but achieving those dreams, that's where the real challenge begins. You see, almost everyone dreams of success, but only a few actually achieve it. Why? Because most people don't truly understand what it takes to succeed. They want the destination, but not the journey. They want the results, but not the process. They want the victory, but without the struggle. And that's why, no matter how much they dream, they never quite reach where they want to be. Success isn't about luck or shortcuts. It's not about waiting for the perfect time or blaming circumstances. It's about two things. Two simple yet powerful things that have the power to change your entire life. Without them, no matter how talented or hardworking you are, success will always remain just out of reach. In today's story, you'll discover what those two things are, and why they matter more than anything else. Because once you truly understand them, you'll see that success isn't something magical or mysterious. It's something you can build step by step, just like the people who came before you. Now, before we begin, I want you to take a moment and think, what does success mean to you? Maybe for you, success means wealth. Owning your dream house, driving your favorite car, or being financially free. Maybe it means recognition, being known, respected, and appreciated for your work. Or maybe, for you, success simply means peace. Waking up every morning with purpose, doing what you love, and ending each day with gratitude. Whatever your dream looks like, one thing is certain. You can't reach it just by wishing. You need a direction, a plan, and above all, the right mindset. But here's the problem. Most people give up before they even start. They get distracted. They lose motivation. They start doubting themselves. When things don't happen fast, they stop believing that success is possible for them. They look at others and think, they're lucky. They have connections. They have talent. But what they don't realize is that every successful person started from the same place. A dream. The difference is, successful people don't just dream. They act, they persist. They fail, they learn, they try again, and again, and again. They stay committed even when it's hard, even when no one believes in them. And the secret that keeps them going, that invisible force that helps them push through failure, pain, and doubt, comes down to those two priceless treasures that you'll discover in this story. Because the truth is, success is not reserved for a lucky few. It's available to anyone who understands how to use time and how to trust the process. So, if you've ever felt stuck in life, if you've ever worked hard and still felt like nothing's changing, if you've ever asked yourself, why isn't success coming to me? Oh, this story is for you. Stay with me till the end. Because today you'll learn what truly separates dreamers from achievers. It's not money, it's not talent, it's not luck. It's two simple things that every single one of us already has, but most people never use the right way. This story will open your eyes, touch your heart, and remind you that success isn't about what you don't have. It's about how you use what you already have. So, take a deep breath, forget everything else for a few minutes, and let this story guide you. Because once you understand its message, your outlook on success, and life itself, will never be the same again. In a quiet little town, surrounded by green hills and gentle streams, there lived a wise old man. He was known to everyone, yet understood by none. Every morning he would walk slowly to the riverbank, carrying nothing but a small wooden stick and a calm smile on his face. He'd sit down near the flowing water, close his eyes for a while and whisper softly to himself, "You will get what you want. You will get what you want." He said it again and again, in the same calm, steady voice, as if speaking not just to himself, but to the whole world. People walking by often stopped and stared. Some smiled politely, others shook their heads. "There goes the crazy old man again," they'd whisper, talking to himself, saying the same thing every single day. But the old man didn't mind. He wasn't speaking to be understood. He was speaking to remind the world of a truth most people had forgotten. Days turned into months, and months into years. Yet his routine never changed. Every day, without fail, he'd sit by the river, watch the water flow, and say those same words. You will get what you want. And then one day, something different happened. A young man named David was walking down that very path. He was ambitious, full of dreams, but also restless. Life hadn't been easy for him. He had goals, big ones, but he didn't know how to reach them. Every time he tried something, it didn't work out. Every time he took a step forward, life seemed to push him 2 steps back. That day, as David passed the river, he heard the old man's gentle voice echoing in the air. You will get what you want. He stopped. Something about those words felt different, almost magical. He turned toward the old man and asked, Sir, what did you just say? The old man opened his eyes slowly and looked up with a smile. His eyes were deep, filled with peace and kindness. I said, my son, you will get what you want. David hesitated for a moment, then took a step closer. Do you really mean that? He asked. Can people really get whatever they want? Because I've been trying for so long, and nothing ever seems to work. The old man smiled again and said, Yes, my son, you can get what you want, but only if you believe my words and follow them sincerely. He tapped his walking stick lightly on the ground. Tell me, he continued, what is it that you truly want? Without a second thought, David replied, Sir, I want to be rich. Not just rich. I want to be one of the greatest diamond and pearl traders in the country. I want people to know my name. The old man's eyes brightened. That's a wonderful dream, he said softly, and I can give you exactly what you need to make that dream come true. David's eyes widened in surprise. You can? Yes, said the old man. But there is one condition. You must trust me completely. What I give you may not look valuable now, but if you understand it, protect it, and use it wisely, it will make you richer than you can ever imagine. David nodded eagerly. I believe you, sir. Please, tell me what I must do. The old man took a deep breath, stretched out his hands and said, Then listen carefully, my son. I will give you 2 treasures. 2 gifts more powerful than diamonds, more precious than pearls. With these, you can create all the wealth and success you desire. David leaned forward, his heart pounding with curiosity. The old man gently took David's hands into his own and whispered, The first treasure is time. He paused for a moment, letting the words sink in. Time, he said again. It is the most valuable diamond in the world. Hold it tightly, use it wisely, and never let it go. Then he placed his other hand over David's second palm and said softly, And the second treasure is patience, the most beautiful pearl in existence. When your efforts don't bring results, when life tests you, and when you feel like giving up, use this pearl. It will give you strength to keep going. The wind blew gently across the river. The moment felt timeless. David stood there in silence, holding invisible treasures in his hands. But in his heart, something had changed forever. David stood silently by the riverbank, both palms open, feeling the warmth of the old man's hands resting on his. He couldn't see any real diamonds or pearls, yet something deep inside him told him that what he was receiving was far more valuable than any treasure money could buy. The old man's voice was calm and filled with certainty. My son, he said, you asked for diamonds and pearls, and I am giving them to you, but not the kind you wear around your neck or sell for gold. I am giving you something greater, treasures that can create endless wealth if you learn to use them well. David frowned slightly, trying to understand. But sir, I don't see anything in my hands. The old man smiled gently. That's because the most valuable things in life are invisible. You can't see them, but they shape everything you will ever become. He pointed at David's right hand. The first treasure I gave you is time. It is the most precious diamond in the world. Every second you live is a part of it. Once it's gone, you can never get it back. But if you use it wisely, this diamond can create anything you desire. David listened intently. The old man continued, "Time doesn't favor anyone. It treats the poor and the rich the same. You can't buy it, you can't stop it, and you can't rewind it. But you can use it. Every moment is a diamond waiting to be shaped. If you choose to act, learn, and grow." He leaned closer and said softly, "The difference between success and failure is how you spend your time. Some people waste it waiting for the perfect moment, while others use every imperfect moment to build their dreams." David nodded slowly. For the first time he realized that time wasn't just something that passed. It was something he could invest. Then the old man pointed to David's left hand. "Now," he said, "look at what you hold here, the second treasure, patience. This is the world's most valuable pearl." He paused, letting the word echo in the air. "My son, life will not always go the way you expect. There will be times when you work hard but see no results. Times when you'll feel lost, when things will move too slowly, when you'll be tempted to quit. That is when this pearl will save you." David looked down at his empty palm as if the pearl were truly there. "Patience," the old man said, "is not just waiting. It is the ability to stay calm and keep working even when the results haven't come yet. It is believing that your time will come, even when others doubt you." He smiled and continued, "When you combine these two treasures, time and patience, no dream is too far, no goal too big. Time will teach you, patience will protect you. Together, they will turn your efforts into success." The river beside them shimmered under the afternoon sun, as if nature itself was listening. David felt something shift within him, a sense of purpose, a clarity he'd never known before. He looked at the old man and said, "I think I understand now. You're saying success doesn't come from luck or shortcuts. It comes from using time wisely and waiting patiently for the right results." The old man nodded with pride. "Exactly, my son. Many people chase quick success. They rush through life, wasting their time and losing their patience. But those who honor these two treasures, they are the ones who truly succeed." He slowly stood up, resting his hand on David's shoulder. "Remember, my boy, protect your time as you would protect your life. And when life tests you, hold on to patience. Together they will turn your dreams into reality." David bowed respectfully. "Thank you, sir. I will remember your words forever." The old man smiled one last time, turned toward the river, and whispered again to the flowing water, "You will get what you want." And from that day, those words began to echo in David's heart. From that day onward, David's life began to change, not because of luck, but because of understanding. As he walked away from the river, the old man's words echoed in his heart like a sacred melody. "Time is your diamond. Patience is your pearl." Those words became his guiding light. David was young, ambitious, and full of dreams, but before meeting the old man, his life had been scattered. He'd wasted time chasing shortcuts, comparing himself to others, and quitting whenever things got tough. Now, for the first time, he saw clearly what he needed to do. He decided to start small. He found a job working under a well-known diamond trader in the city. The pay was modest, the hours were long, and the work was hard. But David didn't mind. He knew this was his training ground. Every morning he arrived before anyone else. Every evening he stayed until the lamps went out. While others complained about long hours, David saw them as opportunities. Every extra minute was a piece of the diamond called time. He studied everything: how diamonds were cut, how pearls were valued, how traders negotiated, how markets shifted. Whenever his boss or colleagues were too busy to teach him, David observed silently, learning through patience and persistence. At first, he made mistakes. He lost deals, miscalculated prices, and even damaged a few stones. There were nights when he sat alone in his small rented room doubting himself. He'd whisper, "Maybe I'm not made for this." But then he'd remember the old man's words. "When you try hard but don't see results, use your pearl, patience." And he did. Instead of giving up, David started again every morning with renewed focus. Slowly, his efforts began to show results. His boss started noticing his discipline and trustworthiness. Customers liked his honesty. Other traders respected his calm nature. Months turned into years, and David became known for two things. He never wasted time, and he never lost patience. One day, when a rare business opportunity came, a shipment of raw diamonds that no one dared to invest in, David took the risk. He used everything he'd saved, worked day and night to polish those stones, and eventually sold them for a massive profit. That was the turning point. From then on, success began to follow him. But David never changed. He still woke up early, still worked with dedication, and still treated every second as precious. When young apprentices joined his company, they often asked him, "Sir, what's the secret to your success? How did you do it?" David would smile. The same calm, wise smile that the old man once gave him, and say, "The secret isn't hidden. It's right in your hands, your time and your patience. If you waste time, you lose the chance to grow. If you lose patience, you stop before success arrives." His company grew, his wealth multiplied, and his name became known across the nation. But whenever people praised him for being lucky or gifted, David would simply look at the clock on his wall and whisper to himself, "This is the diamond that built my life." And beside that clock, there hung a small, framed note, written in his own handwriting, because deep down, David knew the truth. Everything he had achieved came from honoring the two treasures given to him by the wise old man: time and patience. And so, he lived his life not chasing success anymore, but teaching others how to earn it the right way. Years passed. The small, uncertain boy who once stood by the river had now become a man of great wisdom and success. David was no longer just a diamond and pearl trader. He was a symbol of perseverance in his town. People looked up to him, not only for his wealth but for his calm spirit and unshakable patience. Every day, when people came to his grand showroom filled with shining diamonds and glowing pearls, they saw more than jewels. They saw the story of a man who had built his life with time and patience as his only tools. One morning, as David sat by his office window overlooking the bustling city, he noticed a young boy sweeping the street outside. The boy was tired but still working with quiet focus. Something about him reminded David of his younger self, the same spark, the same hunger to become something more. David smiled softly and thought, "If only he knew what I once learned by the river." That evening, as the sun set behind the hills, David closed his office early and walked toward the same riverbank where his journey had begun years ago. The place was still the same. The gentle sound of water, the rustle of the trees, and the quiet peace that filled the air. He sat down in the same spot where the wise old man once sat. For a long time he said nothing. Then, looking at the flowing water, he whispered, "You will get what you want. You will get what you want." The words echoed softly, just as they had years ago. But this time, they carried a deeper meaning. David finally understood what the old man had been doing all those years. Not preaching to others, but reminding himself and the world of a timeless truth. Success, David realized, is not about how fast you run or how lucky you are. It's about how well you use your time and how patiently you wait for the results of your effort. He thought about the many people he had met in his life. Friends who had big dreams but gave up too soon. Others who wasted years waiting for the right time that never came. And he understood why so few people ever reach their dreams. Most people lose the race not because they can't run fast, but because they stop running when things get hard. They lose faith. They give up when success is just around the corner. David knew that if he had quit when business was slow, or when people doubted him, he would have never reached where he was today. He picked up a small stone from the riverbank and held it tightly in his hand. "This," he whispered, "is my reminder. Time is like this river. It keeps flowing whether I use it or not. And patience is like this stone. Solid, steady, unshaken by the waves." He smiled, thinking of the old man's gentle face and wise words. "Thank you, sir," he said quietly. "You were right all along." As the night sky darkened, David rose to his feet. He knew it was now his turn to pass on the wisdom he once received. From that day on, he began mentoring young dreamers, teaching them not how to get rich quickly, but how to build their dreams slowly and strongly through time and patience. He would often say, "Time will test you. Patience will protect you. Together they will make you unstoppable." And so, his message spread far and wide, touching hearts, changing lives, and reminding people that success doesn't happen overnight. Because in the end, no treasure is greater than patience, and no power is stronger than time. So, my friend, if you have a dream, hold on to these two treasures. Don't waste your time. Don't lose your patience. Keep working, keep believing, and keep moving forward. Because one day, when you least expect it, your hard work will bloom, and you will finally get what you want. If this story touched your heart, share it so others can find the same strength within themselves. And remember, be patient, be thankful, and keep moving forward.